Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As expected, Zelensky just extended, or at least he requested the parliament to vote for an extension of martial law in Ukraine and also an extension of the mobilization, which obviously will have the consequence of suspending democracy. Well, that was expected. And I have two articles here. One obviously from the evil Russians, the other one from the Ukrainians, stating the same thing, but with different words. The Ukrainians obviously, at least Ukrainska Pravda, the article from Ukrainska Pravda, will defend the decision, and the Russians will call it, hey, a suspension of democracy in Ukraine. I don't think that Ukraine had I don't want to say genuine democracy, because I don't think here is a genuine democracy either. When you have campaign donations and you have the system working as it works with the money, mass media, and then you have the intelligence community or people with guns and information, and you have the politicians who need hundreds of millions of dollars to get elected in an important position out there. This is not I would say, far from being an ideal example of democracy. But people don't see through that, and they go and participate in it nevertheless. Because others would say, so what should we do? Yeah, go and vote. Continue supporting the garbage. Let me show you here Ukrainska Pravda. This is from today, Thursday, 27th of July, 2023. Look how these guys are making it. Ukrainian parliament extends martial law and mobilization. Do you see any Zelensky here? Or the presidency? No. Therefore, from the title, I can see that they are hiding the source, because if you know the process, there is a referral coming from the president, or a request sent to these guys, and these guys approve it or not approve it. But see, that's how democracy works. Correct. But yesterday, Zelensky's office said that no official or MP can leave the country without Zelensky's office approval. So, and if Zelensky wants, he can get rid of the parliament right now. He has the power under the constitution, under the current situation, a war. If the war becomes a little bit more, or he considers that's an, a conspiracy, and the parliament, he can suspend the parliament very well and just lead by decree, like I think he's been doing for almost a year and a half. So nevertheless, let's go back to the article. The Verkhovna Rada, Ukrainian parliament, has approved a draft law extending martial law and general mobilization for another 90 days. Martial law is a general mobilization were extended until 15th of November 2023. The relevant resolutions received 347 and 333 votes in favor. Out of how many? All right, the next parliamentary elections should be held in October. However, according to the legislation, martial law makes it impossible to hold elections. You see, you don't see any mention here of Zelensky and the presidents. Now, in the background, they give you this information. On July 26th, the Ukrainian, because he's Ukrainian, what the hell, President Volodymyr Zelensky submitted a proposal to the Ukrainian parliament to approve his decrees extending martial law and general mobilization in Ukraine by another 90 days. This is the 8th extension since the start of the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine. And then we have the Russians obviously use different words. Russia Today, July 26th. Zelensky uses martial law to avoid election. The October vote will not happen if Ukraine's parliament renews emergency measures. Of course they are, and they were. So don't worry about it. And I'm quoting here, although democracy is far more than only election, I think we all agree that without the elections, democracy cannot properly function. End quote. This Cox said at the time, it's the head right here, the Council, the Parliamentary Assembly of Council Europe head Cox said in an interview in May. So yeah, I'm okay with that, but it doesn't really matter because just to be straight, I don't think that anybody would beat Zelensky at this point, unless for many reasons. Let's put it this way. First, the propaganda machine is in his hand. It's not in Klitschko's hand or in Zaluzny's hands. So the mayor of Kiev or the commander of the armed forces of Ukraine, Valery Zaluzny, who might challenge Zelensky, or Klitschko, as I said, Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of Kiev, they don't have the media in their hand. He has it. The presidency has it. So you can't compete with that. First. Secondly, Zelensky could arrest, if he wants anyone he wants, through an order of suspicion. Hey, we have suspicion that you are collaborating, and you're done. And I'm not talking about Zaluzny or Klitschko. I'm talking about people who make conduct polls and release polls and all that. So I'm not, from that point of view, from that angle, Zelensky cannot lose because he got the propaganda. He's got the machine to take care of people. And if you think that doesn't work over there like that, then again, no problem. Give me $30,000 today because I will give it to you tomorrow. And I will pay interest 3,000%. But I will give it to you tomorrow. We're going to meet somewhere. Anyway, so that's one aspect. And the other one, I really don't think that if a vote or an election will be organized as Stalin, that bad dude, the Georgian dude, said, well, let them vote as long as we count the votes. So I don't think that people, if they vote however they want to vote, Zelensky will be winning. Again, he has everything in his hand over there. I think he consolidated the power pretty well. And then the third one, I really think that Ukrainians, through the help of the mass media, Zelensky's media, they would vote for Zelensky. I mean, he is portrayed day and night as being this, determined leader that beats the Russians. And the propaganda is working, so I think he would win. He could fix the elections, and he's got the propaganda machine and the secret police in his hand. So he's got all the aces. It would be just a formality. I don't think, they will not obviously hold any elections, and even if they were, he would still win. I think fair and square he would win at this point. And if he doesn't, he would have the other two options, at least, making sure that he's going to get elected by pop, or counting their votes. That's my assessment. So don't be so upset about democracy over there. Democracy over there was not really as it... after all, he won from a clown. He won the presidency with no political experience. As Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said, from a comedian with no political experience, he got elected. Can you imagine what kind of forces were behind his campaign? And he's got elected, and he's a Ukrainian, and then he appointed, 3 more Ukrainians? So there are 4 more Ukrainians in charge, and the Ukrainians are agreeing with that. I mean, if you know some Ukrainians, I'm pretty sure they have a soft spot for that. Anyway, good luck to them. Even if he's not conducting it, organizing it right now, he's gonna conduct it later, or never. Who knows? And maybe he's just gonna be taken away, saying, "Okay, you do your part here, but after we win, it's not gonna be you; it's gonna be someone else who's going to pick up the torch and bring it forward from that point on." Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.